Hello everybody, my name is Ben. I'm a content creator on Twitch where I stream a variety of games, and I've recently started up my YouTube channel here. And if you don't know much about me, I am a big card fighter. I've been playing it since it started. So what does that make it? 10 years? I think it has. And if you guys didn't know, Bushiroad has announced a new direction for the game called Vanguard OverDress. The point of this video is I want to talk about what you need to know about it, everything that's new coming up, concept arts, all kinds of things, and my thoughts on it, of course. And before I begin, though, I forgot to mention that I am a huge Aquaforce fanatic. So, here's hoping I get to see some cool new units that resemble things like this. Let's go. And here we are on the Cardfight Vanguard official news site. Let us take a look at what Vanguard OverDress is all about. So, there are no more clans. There's only nations now. We can see United Sanctuary becoming Keter Sanctuary. Dragon Empire staying as Dragon Empire. Stargate just becoming Brantgate. Sounds like that they are the bad guys of this series. Dark Zone becoming the Dark States. Okay. And then Zoo and Megalanica combining into one to form to make Stoicheia. And obviously Bermuda Triangle getting its own nation, because it's the nation of waifus. So one of the things that V-Series has been lacking since its iteration was basically lore. I loved reading the Cardfight Vanguard lore. Like, if you guys didn't know, on the original series of Vanguard, they would have like stories for all like the new cards to tell like your backstories, and sometimes for cards like Luard, for example, they had like basically like light novels of telling like their story and journey and in how they interact with other units. It was actually very, very interesting. And seeing that the brand new nations and 3,000 years later and how much thought they put into describing the nations makes me feel as though we're gonna be getting lore again, boys. And I'm actually a really big fan of this. I like this. I like this a lot. That's awesome. And now let's look into the new stuff here. So, major changes to the trading card game. In OverDress products, the clan notation on the card will be replaced with the nation name instead. There will also be a D icon on the bottom left indicating that it is an OverDress card. Wait. Does that mean what I think it means? Oh. Ah. Oh, this is the part that everyone was worried about. Let me give you guys a little bit of a history lesson here, okay? So, Vanguard has progressed from the beginning of Vanguard into Vanguard G, and that took the span of approximately 7 years. And in 7 years, the game definitely went through a lot of changes. The game got fast, and the game got slow, and then the game got really fast. But then they introduced things like G Guardians to slow the game down a bit, and then it was a bit of a nice back and forth kind of deal. And obviously towards the end, when they decided to get things rebooted, obviously they produced all the crazy cards, and like, you know what? It's fine, I get it. The game is rebooting, and I respect that. I was perfectly fine with the reboot the first time, because, you know, it's a breath of fresh air, something brand new to Vanguard. Almost like a Vanguard 2.0, as a sense. Well, I guess until OverDress showed up, which is supposed to be the real Vanguard 2.0. But my thoughts on the reboot was like, well, I don't think I even need to say it because content creators like Different Fight Senpai and others have talked about it, but when the first reboot happened, there was a huge divide of people saying that, oh man, standard is for like losers who don't know how to combo, or for noobs, or premiums like, people are for premiums for people who don't like, who can't let go of the past and don't want to accept change. I've heard it all. And I personally was fine a reboot the first time. I was perfectly fine with the reboot the first time, and having my cards fully rotated out. But standard only lasted 3 years. It's only been 3 years. And we were kind of at that state where the game was getting really fast. But I was expecting something along the lines of maybe something like G Guardian equivalent. Like, you know, the orders were such a unexplored type of like mechanic, and I thought that was the direction they were gonna go in. And with after 3 years, all of my cards in V are now pretty much unusable in the new standard format. It just feels bad. For clan-based decks so far, direction for Vanguard has been to support all 24 clans at least once a year, which leads to long periods between each time a clan gets support. Few chances to enjoy upgrading your deck. For nation-based decks from here on, all 5 great nations can be included in a single booster, so each booster will support all the nations. More chances to enjoy upgrading the decks you have. This is awesome. Now, this change I really like. The fact that 24 clans was way too many clans, and having to support them every single one of them a year, as I said, you'd be waiting like forever for your deck to get support. And especially with the fact when Vanguard first rebooted, they basically had to reprint all the new clans all over again, and that took like forever for all clans to get even their first wave of support. It was insane. The wait was long, the first set was incredibly stale, and the fact that now there's only just, instead of 24 clans, it's just down to 5, I love that. I really do. And so having every single one get support every single set, that is perfect, and I love that. And I also love that the decrease in VRs and having only triple Rs and below makes me hope to believe that there will be less cards like to chase, and the game will become even more affordable to new players. I love that. I love easy accessibility to new players. I really do. Guaranteed to ride your favorite unit. 1. Prepare a ride deck of 4 cards. You put 4 cards from your main deck aside, and that becomes your ride deck. And then, during your ride phase, you discard from your hand to the drop zone, 1 card from your hand to the drop zone, and you ride the next grade from your ride deck. Oh my god. The guaranteed ride of your favorite unit. Oh my goodness. This is a fantastic mechanic that should have been around ages ago. If you guys don't even know what G-assisting is, basically in the game of Vanguard, if you don't have the missed grade that you need, you would have to get rid of 2 cards from your hand. But now, with the ride deck mechanic, you are guaranteed to ride the card you want, and it's always going to, you're never going to be grade locked, ever. You will never ever be grade locked. Such an amazing change. Think about this from a budget player's perspective. Let's say you only had 1 copy of the boss monster, of like a chase, like expensive card, but you're a budget player, or you're a kid. You can't afford it. You can't afford it. But it's a boss monster, and you could put that aside, that 1 copy in your ride deck, and you will always see it every game. That has gotta feel good. And this also changes like deck dynamics as well. Like you could just put more grade 2s if you want more grade 2s. If you don't have any grade 3s, you have more grade 3s. Whatever you want. You can have the most weirdest of ratios, and it won't matter because you're guaranteed to ride what you want. And that in itself is beautiful. And that mechanic should have been, I'm actually really excited for that mechanic. Some Q&As. Is the ride deck also allowed in the V Premium and Premium? No, the ride deck is only allowed in standard format. So, you can't enjoy these nice changes of overdress unless you play overdress, huh? Do you use separate sleeves for the main deck and ride deck, or do you use the same sleeves? The sleeves for the main deck and the ride deck must be different. Oh, that's not what I expected. There is no issue even if the sleeves are different within the ride deck. For cards that are replaced within the ride deck, what happens if they had to be placed in other areas? If you have to place it in the main deck, said card will be placed back to the ride deck instead. For other zones, the cards will be placed in the zone indicated. Interesting. Does the number of cards in the ride deck count towards the total deck count? Yes, it does. The total number of cards in the main deck and the ride deck must be 50. That makes sense. Must the copies of the same card in the main deck and the ride deck be up to 4? Yes, there must only be up to 4 copies of the same card in total. If 1 copy is placed in the ride deck, you'll be able to put up to 3 copies in the main deck. That makes sense. Can I put only grade 2 cards in my ride deck? No, you cannot. You must have 1 copy of each grade 0, 1, 2, and 3 units. That's interesting. A new trigger? Introducing the new ultimate trigger card, the Over Trigger. There will be over triggers for each nation, and only one copy of this type of card can be included in a deck. When revealed for a 100 million power! And nullify the damage on damage check? The new trigger! Well, I did want more defensive options, and the 100 million power is a lot of defensive options, and that nullifying the damage is cool. But I don't know. The fact that it's one trigger in a deck, it's gonna make games all the more wild, and when you lose to bad luck, you will really lose to bad luck. But yeah, I can respect it. It's a nice spice. So it looks like you have the new characters for the new anime, the new Child X. Yu Yu Kondo, seeming like the new Aichi equivalent here. Oh, I love this. They're brand new characters. Oh, and Stoicheia. Stoicheia is the nation where my Aqua Force went in. And it's used by the girl that uses my clan. It's a Megumi! And this looks like this is the concept art for the brand new first set. Looks pretty cool. That looks like a Gundam. But isn't he from Dragon Empire though? That's from Dragon Empire? Come on, dude. You could have been from Brandgate. You should have been from Brandgate with this kind of concept art. Or maybe that is from Brandgate and I'm overthinking things here. But that looks like a Gundam. That looks sick, I'll admit. This reboot does scare me a little bit though. In the fact that V-Series only lasted 3 years before things started getting really crazy. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to take a little bit of a hiatus. I cannot play this game day one. I just can't. And the mistakes that R&D have been making in V-Series, especially as of late, does not give me a lot of hope. It makes me skeptical. I want to trust Bushiroad. I've trusted Bushiroad for 10 years, in fact. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait maybe 3 sets. Since every nation does get support every single set, I would imagine that things can either power creep very fast or they get built horizontally very fast. I don't know how Bushiroad wants to do it, but I'm going to take a look from an outsider standpoint for now. I'm going to take a couple months off, sit back, enjoy the anime. I'm excited to see what the new anime is about, and I want to see how the secondary market acts. I want to know how easily accessible it really is from a new player just trying to get into it from like in the middle of the game. And I also want to see how the power scales moving forward before I truly decide to get into it, because I don't want to repeat a V-Series. But who knows? If this game becomes really affordable, I may just pick up a trial deck. And majority of my love for Vanguard was that I love the art style. The art style was absolutely gorgeous. As you know, I love Aqua Force. Like, Aqua Force is mwah, absolutely beautiful. Okay, let's take a look at the concept arts. Over here on Freedom Duo. They've also posted some concept arts as well as some characters as for what's in the nations. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see. Let's see. Let's start from here. So this must be Dragon Empire. They still got the dragon dancers. Very nice. They look cute. Oh, and here we go. This looks like this is the main ride chain or the ride deck of Yu Yu Kondo. That's a cute little dragon egg. He's got waifus, man. Oh man, he's chilling. He's chilling right now. What else we got? Oh, this must be the Dark States. Yeah, I can see it. This looks very like Spike Brothers, dark, mainly Dark Zone-ish. Very Dark Zone-y. Yeah. Very, very Spikes-like. But also a mix of DI as well. I like this. It's very hybrid. That is very hybrid. Oh, this must be Keter Sanctuary. You can see the paladins oozing out of this clan. Oh boy, they actually look really nice. I will have to admit, I'm not a paladin player myself, but that looks really nice. This is Brandgate. That is definitely Brandgate. Look at this Link Joker-esque. I'm getting some Nova vibes. I got mainly Link Joker vibes, but this looks good. It looks like the new is that the new Chaos Breaker equivalent, I guess? Okay. Oh boy. That makes me so excited. We're on to the last 2 images. I wonder what Stoicheia is. Is it like Aqua Force? Oh man, I need to know how much it is like Aqua Force. I mean, that's cute. That's cute. Okay, well, I mean, that's the great nature equivalent, right? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Oh. Oh. Never mind. This game sucks.